John, Red Hat, number one priority 2026.
All right. Well, our number one priority is to provide an environment where a user can, a customer can have any model on any accelerator in any cloud. And this concept is you choose the model you want. You can choose the place you want, any cloud or data center you want to run it, and anywhere you want to be. And that's where our OpenShift and Red Hat Linux development is all about. But the key thing I want to focus on right now is what I think is the coolest part of this is distributed inference. So inference is when you ask a question, you get a response. That's that process when you're working on your chat bot and it gives you a response. That's inference. Right now, the way inference works in traditional ways is you ask a question, and somewhere in a data center somewhere, there's a GPU, there's a single chip that is listening to your request and responding to you. And there's a single system that's keeping all of that inside the data center. It's not some widely distributed solution. The next step of inference is distributed inference. And the open source project for that Red Hat is leading, but we have Google, NVIDIA, IBM, AMD, Cisco, Hugging Face, Intel, and others are all working on, is called LLM-D, LLM-D. So that's a decentralized way of doing inference. And where this is going to take us is that when you ask a question, or many people ask a question, that it can be distributed across many systems. And they can be heterogeneous systems. They could be multiple GPUs, different CPUs. And you can imagine in a government agency where you're not buying the latest and greatest all one GPU, you got to use what you got. So how do you take what you got and be able to use the entire system to distribute that load across many different systems? And remember 5 years ago, we had, or maybe 10, 15 years ago, we had Hadoop that distributed storage and data processing across many systems. Similar kind of thing. So I think this is the next thing we'll see. It'll allow us to use older hardware to exploit, the CPUs that we've already bought with the GPUs, and it'll allow for that sort of resilience within an environment where you might lose part of your compute capability, but your query still is out there and still getting worked and still comes back. So I'm really excited about distributed inference and LLMD.